Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Thursday edition. Day 5 of... Are we calling this LaFleur watch at this point? Policy pause? Whatever it is, we await...
Not policy, whatever that was. That's
Policy
Yeah,
pause?
that
We're
was-
sitting around waiting? Policy's the one making decisions here, right?
No.
Okay. Well, come up with something better, Jesse. Well, remember,
Jesse.
solutions.
Fine, I'll work on it.
All right. Well, I was doing that off the cuff. The Matt LaFleur waiting on Godot policy continues, but trending, that's the word everybody's using now, trending toward Matt LaFleur, continuing as the Green Bay Packers head coach. Addition. I can tell you who won't be the Packers head coach. Homer's guy. John Harbaugh, reportedly headed to the New York Football Giants. I wonder how that'll work out. Think they'll win a Super Bowl under him?
Nope.
And what does this mean for Jeff Hafley? 2 interviews in 2 days, still 3 more to go for him this week. Will the players who are hoping that he stays get what they wish? Edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, just like the webinar will be on events.annexwealth.com.
Nice hat.
Yeah.
On Twitter,
You
Facebook,
tuning
and
in?
YouTube. Are you
gonna
going to
tune
change
in?
shirts?
Why? What's wrong with this shirt?
No, now you got him all
nothing. I'm
feeling
just asking.
self-conscious about it.
I'm wondering if you're dressing
I'm not
up
subconscious. I'm not subconscious a bit. I don't appreciate when Jason does that. I don't do that to him. Because when he says it, you're saying, you're not going to wear that shirt.
Yeah, that was
that's what you're saying.
Heavily implied.
I am asking if for something with a prominent investment company and great partner, if you're just going to wear a T-shirt. That's all I'm asking.
I don't know yet. What I'm taking the last segment off to make sure we get everything situated.
Thanks for letting us know.
Well, Jason, let's be honest. The last segment, we start, and Jesse's like, we're 30 seconds out. We should have been out 30 seconds
it's all
ago.
good. Yeah,
So
I want
that's
you to
why
be ready.
it's not something.
This is important.
I'm going to go put a suit and tie on. No, I'm going to
That's
put a suit and tie on.
literally what I was asking, because then I am definitely attending.
No, I'm not putting a suit and tie on.
Put your old Packers jersey
I am
on.
doing this. Jason, I am not the expert. I am old T joining and asking the questions that people like me would ask. I'm not Dr. Brian Jacobson. I don't know why silver is rocketing. I don't understand the geopolitical impact on this. So I'm going to be here as old T, as a 48-year-old dude trying to figure out how should I handle my retirement? What things should we be looking at? I'm not going to get all dolled up and do something that I ain't. That's not. I'm not going to do that. Why would I?
But
Just a guy looking to manage his money.
I understand.
Do you?
I do, actually. I do. But
Now, if it was a grand opening at Annex's new store or whatever it would be, I'll dial up.
Now.
But I'm not. If I'm going to meet the CEO, if I'm going to meet Dave and the team, and it's like we got a big meeting with so and so, yeah, I'll put a suit and tie on.
Sure.
But I'm doing a webinar. If I was going to Steinhoffel's, if I was invited to a gala at Steinhoffel's, I wouldn't show up in Crocs and gym shorts and an old mesh T-shirt. No,
Jason's the
nobody
guy who
would do that.
Did show
no,
up
I don't
to
know
the
anybody that would
Associated
meet the
Bank
CEO
event.
of Steinhoffel's. Nobody would do that, right? So that's
Steinhoffel's
so yes.
such a great partner. Glad that they appreciate my style and continue to support our show, just like Annex Wealth Management, which is allowing Tausch to dress however he wishes. Now that's said,
but I will have a different ensemble. But it's
so
not
after all of that, I was right.
No, I'm not wearing a suit.
I didn't think you. Come on, I've known you 25 years, 26 now. Do you really think I thought you were going to put on a suit?
Yeah,
no,
I did.
No,
I thought you did.
No,
in fairness, we've known him a long time, and I never thought he'd host a webinar. So here we are.
It's true.
What is that supposed to mean?
He's very tech savvy, is what that means. And so I hope your IT staff is on the case. I was expecting I'll be honest, this is how I envisioned it, because I thought he's wearing a hat. He always wears a hat. I thought Annex Wealth Management quarter zip with the logo, so it dresses it up a little bit, but certainly not out of your comfort zone fashion-wise.
Maybe that'll be part of it. Yeah, that might be part of it.
On with the show.
Thank you. Man.
You're not going to
By the way,
that
Dr.
shirt,
Brian
are
Jacobson joining Wilde and Tausch at 11:15 today to break down different.
What's he wearing?
No, we want him for post-game reaction. We want him on
whose stock is up and whose stock is down. Matt LaFleur at Policy.
We want him on Annex.
It's actually not
really
a bad
good
idea.
Annex.
That's a really good idea.
Annex game.
We'll get our friends. We'll get our friends at Annex to see if we can. We might have to pay Dr. Brian Jacobson to come on the show, though, and that doesn't fit our budget.
He has to fit us in between CNBC and Bloomberg, because he does all that stuff. It's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, so now that we've solved the fashion dilemma, we continue to be in a holding pattern on Matt LaFleur and his future. I think Adam Schefter has said this. I know Rob Domofsky said this with KBN yesterday. I don't know who they talked to. I think I talked to probably somebody different. But the word that I keep, it's trending in the right direction, but nothing is finalized. Trending in the right direction if you want Matt LaFleur to continue as the head coach, which Matt LaFleur does. I know that. I thought, and I'm going to call a little bit of an audible,
so,
Jesse.
Jason, before
please,
you get into this.
Yes, let's
from
call an
your
audible before I
perspective.
call my audible. Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Well, I'm Aaron Rodgers here. I'm going to audible on your audible. From your perspective, you don't care about the end result. You only care about the story. You have been crystal clear about that, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'm allowed to have an opinion, and I know it's an unpopular one, but I think I think keeping Matt LaFleur is the right decision. I will say that.
No, but from a story standpoint, and as a storyteller, because, again, you're not a fan, and you don't care about all that. You only want good stories. The best story here and the most drama would be if they don't bring him back.
No, the best story here is that a significant portion of the fan base wants them to fire his ass. They don't. He comes back, and they win the Super Bowl next year. That's the best story.
Or the best story would be from another great story be if they hire Mike McCarthy back and he wins a championship.
Well, I have advanced that. I have suggested that idea as well. Yes.
Does that not trump?
Sign me up for that one too. Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. You are, from a story perspective, what do we think is going to happen? We think they're going to sign Matt LaFleur to a deal. I don't know the terms. That's what I think is going to happen. Do we hope he wins a championship? I do. But from your perspective, and loving drama and loving the story, the better story is for him to go and to bring someone else in and win. No?
No. And by the way, drama, sure. Drama's fun. You know what I really don't like? And it doesn't matter who it is, right? Like, we all knew during the 2005 season while you were playing that Mike Sherman was getting canned. That was pretty evident pretty early. We knew in 2018, the only thing shocking about Mike McCarthy's firing in 2018, including to Mike, was that it happened with 4 games left of the season, and they didn't let him finish out the year, right? You know when that's happening. But even in those cases, I'm never happy when people get fired. And so I don't get that part of the storyline also comes with the, like, Matt LaFleur and Bree have 2 sons that I'm sure want to continue in school with all their friends. I know it's a big boy league. They have a bunch of perks that they get as Matt LaFleur's sons that make it awesome, but that still
Like what?
sucks.
What kind of perks they get?
I'm sure that when your dad makes $9 million a year, which Madison and Sydney's dad does not make that.
We think. We don't know how much he makes.
Right. Well, you don't know how much I make.
I have a pretty good idea.
We know how much you don't make.
Significantly less. My point is that I can't root for a story in which someone and multiple people lose their jobs. Like, I have said this multiple times. I think they're going to make a change with the offensive coordinator. I take no joy in that. That's not a good story. If they bring in Mike McDaniel and they let him have the play calling duties, that is a really interesting story, but I don't want it to come at the expense of Adam Stenavich and his 4 kids. Like, that's how I'm wired. They have to do the right thing for the organization. If that means that Adam Stenavich gets fired, then that's their decision. But I'm not going to root for those storylines. What I would root for, since it's trending this way anyway, is because I want to see if they put together.
But you rooted for Lance Easley to get fired. It's the same thing.
I rooted for Lance Easley for his short-term. No, he was a replacement official. Yeah. He crossed the picket lines.
Yeah,
to that, and then was a charlatan and used it to. He wrote a book. He went on a tour. All the adversity I overcame, never admitting his mistake. I don't like people that don't admit mistakes.
Maximized his opportunity.
He did. He did not throw away his shot. Anyway, as much as I could talk about Lance Easley all day, the idea that Matt LaFleur comes back next season and shoves it up everyone's you-know-what and makes the changes required for them to have more success in his own coaching, in Goody's roster building, in staff selections. The Packers changed their approach and spend more extravagantly on coaches. All those things happen, and they go win a flippin' Super Bowl? That's a hell of a story. It's a hell of a story. Maybe not quite as good as Mike McCarthy returning as the head coach and leading them to a Super Bowl, but still really, really good. Now, I don't know about any of those things happening in the future, but at some point, and this is the question I have for you, old T. Annex, at what point do they have to get going here?
Yesterday.
Like, as these jobs are going to fill, right? Now, the Giants deal has not been announced with John Harbaugh, but that's clearly what's going to occur. So now we're down to 8 openings. Jeff Hafley has interviewed for 2 of them. He has interviews scheduled with 3 more. He will not be getting the Giants job.
Getting a job.
I think that's looking more and more feasible. Okay? But my question is, at what point do you have to say, all right, look, let's get this done, because if you're going to make staff changes, we need to start making them, because we don't want to lose a pool. Like, let's say he wants Raheem Morris if Jeff Hafley leaves. Let's say he wants Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel's done a bunch of interviews already. Like, at what point do they need to blank or get off the pot here and make their decision so they can move forward with their coach?
Yesterday, I said earlier this week, and I don't know if it was on KBN or Jim, Matt, and Molly or
it's hard to keep
show.
track. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if what that deadline was because of this, and I thought one of the things I was watching Get Up right before I jumped on here, and
I was watching GMA.
He said they've been having these discussions for weeks. Matt LaFleur, Ed Policy, and each other's teams, not 3 days. It was never. So that tells me, A, that they always wanted him back, and B, it tells me there is a major sticking point. Because everybody here believes Matt LaFleur wants to be the head football coach of the Green Bay Packers. He's not burned out. He's probably as invigorated or reinvigorated as he's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
He loves it here. And it tells me that he is not getting the offer, at least at this point, that he feels is worthy of him being the head football coach of the Green Bay Packers with his resume as it is. Could that be wrong? No. Sometimes I'll say I could be wrong. I can't be wrong on that. Because if both sides want something and they agree to it, it's done. It's not, especially after a few weeks, and it's not as if there's some monster variables that are in play. Mm-hmm. Matt LaFleur's a longer tenured coach and had more success than some of these new coaches that have been brought in. And he shouldn't take less than what they've gotten. And if they offered him a 4 or 5 year deal that's averaging $15 million a year, I would think this thing would have been done 3 weeks ago. But it's not. And that's why it lingers. And to answer your question, when is the day? There's no better day than today. And you just get a feeling heading into divisional round playoffs, and you need to, now that one domino has fallen with John Harbaugh, everything else starts picking up, because it's just like in the draft. If you need a quarterback or you need an O-lineman, somebody grabs one. Maybe there's somebody, I don't love this guy the same, but I don't love the third or fourth option even worse. Mm-hmm. We need to pounce. We need to move, and those dominoes start falling. So I would think today's the day. And I would think, as we've heard, trending the right way, I would guess that today is when you'll hear something has happened. I thought yesterday, right at the end, but if you want to move coaches and you want to start shuffling staff, you can't sit and wait. And these assistant coaches, they worry too, because as you just mentioned,
yes,
they have kids, they have school, they have, and you're leaving them out to kind of on the lurch. That tells me that I think they probably realize that they're going to be staying in Green Bay, at least the ones not named the offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. I think that's kind of where we're at.
Offensive line coach potentially too. Again, I don't know what Matt LaFleur's plan is. I would also wonder if part of the conversation.
Why do you think this deal's not done, Jay?
Well,
why is it not done?
Well, T. I think you're probably right. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not willing to go quite so far. Could I be wrong? No. Which was really good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. What if it's and again, we didn't spend time on talking about it. I feel like we would have been ahead of the curve, but we had a lot of things yesterday. And I heard Jen, Gabe, and Chewy talking about this story, but this Justice Mosqueda story about assistant coaches, I do wonder if that's another part of this, right? Is Matt LaFleur saying, hey, if we're going to do these negotiations, one of the other things is I really want to be able to spend more on assistant coaches. Like if I want to, let's say, again, this is hypothetical, theoretical. I have no idea if this has been part of his conversation with Ed Policy. But let's say Ed Policy says, look, Matt, I know you're a really good offensive coordinator and play caller, but I think one of the things we need from our head coach is a more 30,000-foot view. So I would love for you to bring in an offensive coordinator who you trust, who's been in this tree of offensive scheme, and I would love it if you could let him call the plays. You'd still have tons of input and game planning and everything else, but I would love it if you let him call. It is, but there are other people that could be good play callers, right? And again, I'm not saying this is the case. Just bear with me for a second.
Oh, okay.
Let's say that's part of the conversation, and Matt says, you know what? I think you're right. I think it's best for the team. Now, again, I'm not sure that it is best for the team, and I'm not sure Matt LaFleur would say it's best for the team. But let's say that's part of one of the stumbling blocks. And he says, I want Mike McDaniel. I love the guy. He's like my other brother. Like he's an honorary LaFleur, him and McVay. Not Kyle Shanahan, because I'm still mad at him for trying to steal my girlfriend / quarterback. But I want him. But he's going to cost some pretty good money. If you want me to give up play calling and have a guy that I trust to call plays so I can have a global view of the game, you're going to have to pay him. Are you willing to change the way we've been with assistant coach pay? Because the only person that's gotten paid around here is Rich Bisaccia. Right? So, I again, is that possible? Could I be wrong? Yes, I could be. But that's one of the things I wonder. Like, what else besides simply years and money is part of the conversation? Because if it was just years and money, and there's still stumbling blocks, then I wonder if the organization really wants him back, like truly wants him back, or feels like they don't have better options, or whatever it might be. That's what I would wonder.
Don't you kind of feel that way? Do you feel that way right now?
Look, part of the problem with all of the conversation around this, and I'm going to try and stay closer to the clock than I did yesterday with Bulaga's appearance.
Hot start.
But it's not very helpful. Is that a ladies' buck shirt?
No.
Or you just wear ladies' shirts for the Packers? Part of the problem is none of us have enough knowledge of Ed Policy's leadership style and the tent poles of his beliefs as the team president to know what he wants or doesn't want. Because, again, I see him sitting with Goody at all the games, right? It's an advantage for Goody, I would think, because he's not down on the sideline standing next to Matt LaFleur all game. But I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want Ed Policy standing over Matt LaFleur's ear and saying,
I don't either.
Hey, I think you should run that. I think you should run a screenplay here.
Yeah, but you've seen how executives react in the press box. I mean, man, when I used to travel all the time and I would have Ron Wolf behind me early in my career, the stuff he said in the press box while the game was going on, different than being next to just a shy, shrinking Violet who's just taking notes. My point is that we don't know enough about what Ed Policy believes, wants, or thinks to really be able to know what the holdups might be. It's all speculative. The more we get into, and we didn't have this problem with the previous president because he had no filter, including on the WIAA girls state basketball.
Somebody needs to send old boy up from the WIA. What's his name, Jesse, that did the great interview with Murphy? Get him up there and get this thing resolved. I don't remember who it was, but they crushed it. Basically broke the story that Rodgers was gone.
Nick Tabbert?
Yes, it is. Good poll. By the way, Nick Tabbert will also be hosting a webinar with Annex Wealth Management later this month. Because he did such a great job with that conversation with the team president of the Green Bay Packers. No, that's Tausch's lane. He'll be doing that later today. But we got a lot to do first, including Tausch telling us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And for your New Year's resolution, it's getting to be the middle of the month. The sky is the limit. Pella's 0 interest for 4 years finance offer. No payments, no interest for 4 years. Boy, you can get a lot done in 4 years. Hopefully, in these next 4 years, the Green Bay Packers under Matt LaFleur will win a division title. You get a college degree, raise your toddler until they're ready for school, and you can serve a full term as president. Start your own journey toward meeting your personal goals and enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features custom made for your home. This deal ends January 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Tausch, I know Adam Schefter said something on Get Up that you'd like us to play. Before we do that, here's my question. And I want you to answer it when we come back. Is there any reason that we know how Homer feels. Is there any reason that you feel any disappointment whatsoever that John Harbaugh will be the coach of the New York Giants and not the Green Bay Packers? Mark Tauscher answers that question next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buckin' Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buckin' Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buckin' Honeys.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
We're on the Packers.
I'd love to see LaFleur in a lame duck year to see how it affected him.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
Because maybe it'd make him better.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
One of my favorite royalty-free tunes. Tausch, should you be disappointed in any way, shape, or form that John Harbaugh will be the coach of the New York Giants and not the Green Bay Packers? Because I know a guy who's going to be very disappointed. Here he is. He didn't join us this week because we used up his time with Bulaga. His name is Stephen True. He goes by Homer.
Who do you want as head coach of the Green Bay Packers, LaFleur or Harbaugh? And to me, it's easy. Harbaugh. Players listen to him, which it's clear is a problem with LaFleur based on the actions of his players. So whether Harbaugh has young or old people, there will be a better focus, and they won't screw up so much.
You think their execution is a reflection that they don't listen to him?
Yes, totally, yes. They're sloppy. They continue to make mistakes. He makes them, and I believe Harbaugh would be better at that, and the team would be better. That's why he fits so perfectly in this situation. He shouldn't even be available, but it happens just like it happened to Reed in Kansas City. At some point, they say we need to move on, and they do. He would be a perfect fit to respond to what is a sloppy Green Bay Packer team under the direction of LaFleur, who is outstanding at developing quarterbacks and calling plays.
That was a long segment yesterday. It was a lot. Look, the buck Truman stops with Matt LaFleur. We all get that. But like when the defensive line coach messes up the substitution pattern, or a player just runs off who's not supposed to, is that because Matt LaFleur isn't detailed enough? I don't know. I'll defer to you. But the idea that players will listen more to John Harbaugh than they do to Matt LaFleur, and that's the reason Homer cites for they'd be better off with John Harbaugh, I'm just not on board with that. Are you?
Tell me what is different about John Harbaugh and Mike McCarthy.
Nothing.
Go through their resumes. What's their difference?
John Harbaugh.
They both got a Super Bowl.
Harbaugh's been with one team for 18 years. McCarthy was at 2.
Yeah.
Mike was with one
12,
team for what, 13 years, 12 years, whatever it was?
12, yep. The 12 and 12 plus, I think, 12
so
games.
I would argue Mike McCarthy has showed that he can go to multiple places and do things offensively. He's changed. He got his defense going. I would argue Mike McCarthy's coaching career is better than John Harbaugh's. John Harbaugh has had the league MVP and the 1 seed twice and didn't do jack with it. John Harbaugh's group has underachieved. Now, you could say Green Bay underachieved they're underachieving those NFC championship games and divisional rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So the John Harbaugh love, if his name was John Smith, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. We just wouldn't. The Harbaugh name carries some weight, and I think John Harbaugh is a good coach. Do I think he's like some legendary, iconic coach? No.
I do not.
Now, can he change that and go win in New York? I understand why people want him, but has he developed quarterbacks? He's been fighting more with quarterbacks and trying to find a system to fit with where Lamar Jackson's at. Baltimore is a place that the culture is kind of built. Ray Lewis built it. Ozzie Newsome built it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't buy all of that, and that's why I never was excited about John, because John Harbaugh's agent is related to the old president. I'm supposed to get excited about that? Sorry. Nope, I'm not. If we're going to do a change, I would prefer it be somebody that's young, fresh, and with some different, different thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm not uber excited about a 63-year-old that's coached 18 years in one spot and has the same amount of championships that Mike McCarthy had. I'd rather have Mike McCarthy back than John Harbaugh. If you're asking me to pick, I'm picking Mike. Mike has won in Dallas with an owner. He's had to deal with a laissez-faire owner, and he's had to deal with the most fair, or the most laissez. I don't know which way it goes, but he's had to deal with that end of it.
Ask Brian Jacobson.
So he's shown he can do both. So if you're going to do it, and I'll tell you this, and I think if you're going to criticize, how much of Matt LaFleur is about being a head football coach in the NFL or being the head football coach of the Green Bay Packers? Because I will promise you this, Mike McCarthy loves Green Bay. He loves being the head football coach of the Green Bay Packers and everything that goes with that. And I'm not saying that's not the case with Matt LaFleur, but I will for certain tell you that it means a ton for him to be the head football coach of this team under this structure with this organization. And I don't know. I think a lot of these other coaches want to coach ball. Matt LaFleur is a ball coach. He wants to scheme plays up. And if he was doing it in Tennessee or somewhere else, is it a big difference? You'd have to ask him. But I know this about Mike. He wants it to be, he would love, there'd be nothing he'd want more than to come back and win a championship for Green Bay. And I think that matters to a lot of fans. I do.
Dare I say, sound graph. And that's not even controversial. You got nothing to worry about on that one. That was really good. Mike McCarthy, all time, has one Super Bowl championship. He has the 2007, 2010, 2014, 2016 berths in the NFC Championship game, correct? His career overall record, 123-2. He's got 2 ties.
That's a lot of ties.
For a winning percentage of
Father's
600.
Day. Must be, he's got kids, a lot of ties.
Indeed, a lot of ties.
Nice.
Winning percentage of 600. He is 62 years old. John Harbaugh, who is 63 years old, is 193 and 124. That is a 609 winning percentage.
Yeah.
They both have one Super Bowl championship. In his 18 years, before they won their Super Bowl title, they reached the AFC Championship twice. That was in 2012 that they won the Super Bowl, which was 2 years more recently than Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl. Since winning the Super Bowl, do you know how many AFC Championship games, which is one of our criticisms of Matt LaFleur, is that he has not gotten to at least a conference championship with a chance to win the Super Bowl since the 19 and 20 NFC Championship games with Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback. Since 2012, the Baltimore Ravens have now missed the playoffs 6 times. They have been to the playoffs 7 times. So in those 13 years, 6 playoff-less seasons, 7 times making the playoffs.
6 playoff-less seasons?
Correct. Including the year after they won the Super Bowl, by the way. How many times has he reached the AFC Championship game since winning the Super Bowl?
Twice.
Nope. Once.
And they blew it to Kansas City, right? Kansas City knocked them off at home.
Yep, they blew it.
So, and they were 13-4 that year. My point is that look, maybe our fans didn't want him either. They just don't want Matt LaFleur at that percentage. And I want to get to Bill Huber's poll here because that was really interesting to me. Because maybe I've been listening to the loud voices and not the majority, clearly. But that track record, if Matt LaFleur had that track record, imagine how angry Packers fans would be with him now compared to what they are already.
No, he wouldn't be the coach.
Right. So, I was very frustrated with Homer yesterday because to suggest that someone with that track record is so far and away superior to Matt LaFleur based on...
If his name was John Smith, nobody'd be having this conversation.
No.
Period.
Finn.
I didn't realize 6 out of 13 years didn't even make the playoffs.
That's correct.
McCarthy, what did he miss the playoffs once? From 2009 on?
I mean, he obviously missed the playoffs in the 1 year that Rodgers broke his collarbone in 17, and then he missed the playoffs in 18 when he got fired. Other than that, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Other than that, he made the playoffs all those years after winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a branding issue. There's a branding issue that goes in with it. It's a whole conversation. And I am not sitting here saying I still think Matt LaFleur should be the head football coach here. I think there's something to be said about building it back up, kind of taking all of this misery that has happened in the last couple of years and taking it, and then you have guys healthy. I think the team in the direction is headed the right way. But you got to move. This isn't a snail-paced league, man. Do I ever say, well, the league comes at you slow?
No, you
Do I
have
ever
never
say
said
this is
that.
a snail-paced league?
No.
I don't think I've ever said that, and I won't.
Speaking of things that are not at a snail's pace, when you ask for a caller for our Iron Jock contest.
Yeah, I'm not going to be as big a jerk as I was on whatever day that was.
Well, that's nice.
Appreciate
But you're
that.
still going to be a jerk?
No.
Just not as big of one?
No, I'm going to let Jesse decide. Jesse, where did you do your WEAC game?
Brian
or
Jacobson.
WIAC, depending on how you want to say it. You were in lacrosse last night, right? I saw a picture of you up on the bluff.
We were in lacrosse last night for a great game.
Granddad's Bluff?
Granddad Bluff did our post-game
spot.
Post-game show up on the bluff. Yeah. Pre-game show was at the
I
Pearl
would
Ice
argue
Cream Shop.
it is. So the Apostle Islands are beautiful. You guys know I love Madeline Island. I've become a big fan of the up north, like north of north. Door County's beautiful, but I'd argue lacrosse on those bluffs, we're overlooking the Mississippi. It is, that's good stuff. How many miles is it from Madison, Wisconsin to lacrosse? No, I'm just asking. How many miles you drive last year?
This doesn't sound like I'm deciding.
It doesn't.
Unless you're just curious.
No, I want to know how many miles you drove last night, not round trip.
And also, were you outside doing the post-game show on top of Granddad's
He did it outside,
Bluff?
yeah.
So what I do
and it was
is
cold.
Yeah, I go. What I do is, when I go visit my different WIAC destinations, I
find ice cream shops to eat double scoops.
I get some
You had a double
recommendations.
scoop on that
I did
video.
get a double scoop. It was good. The Pearl. You can't waste your trip. I find some recommended spots, and it could be ice cream shops or scenic views or dive bars or whatever.
Or
and
both.
I go and feature some of them as we do our WIAC games around the state of Wisconsin. It's been a lot of fun so far. Great recommendations. It was
probably only 140 miles or something, right?
2 hours and 11 minutes, 143 miles.
Wow.
That seems like a good number, right? That seems fair. Or is that
I
too
thought
much?
Jesse was choosing.
No, I am. I'm asking him. I don't want to be a jerk today.
How many points
I'm in
did
an annex
lacrosse
wealth
score last
management
night?
kind of mood today. I want to be in a good spot.
Just do 143. It's fine.
New year, new goals. And Iron Jock is here to help you stick to them, whether you're hitting the gym, heading to work, or just trying to smell a whole lot better in 2026. Iron Jock Gear has you covered. Right now, ESPN listeners can take 30% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $75. Use that promo code ESPN30 at checkout. It's promo code ESPN30. Look good, smell great, and start the year strong with Iron Jock. And because on orders of $75 or more, you use the code ESPN30. Jesse, what's 75 plus 30?
85, 95, 105.
105.
105.
Right now, your chance to win an Iron Jock hat. Caller number 105 wins that Iron Jock hat. I'm going to take it easy on Jesse today. Again, caller number 105 to win that Iron Jock hat at 844-770-3776. What ice cream did you get last night? What'd you get?
They had a salted caramel and an Oreo espresso, I think it was called.
I'll keep you awake for that drive home, the 143 miles.
Helped get me home a little bit later at night. Indeed. It was delicious. Love the Pearl. Came recommended by one of our teammates who went to college there a number of years ago, and I've been there a few times, and we'll continue to go back.
Which teammate?
Courtney, one of our marketing teammates who's now down in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Go lacrosse. We're going to take a look at Bill Huber's polling. He's like the Pew Research firm when it comes to what the Packers should do with their brain trust. I think you'll find the current results interesting. We'll share them next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we pride ourselves on offering a wide selection of stunning lab-created diamonds in all shapes and sizes.
Whether you're looking for a classic round, an elegant oval, or trendy emerald cut,
we have the perfect diamond for you.
Always in stock and ready for you to take home today.
Our lab-created diamonds offer all the beauty and brilliance of mine diamonds.
Sustainable and more affordable at Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Mark Toscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
As we continue to await official word on head coach Matt LaFleur's future in Green Bay, ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Domofsky joined Kyle Bruston-Nortman and said he believes the team and LaFleur are getting closer and closer on a contract extension.
I think they're headed toward Matt LaFleur being the Packers coach in 2026 and perhaps beyond. I just think there's some details that still need to be worked out, but it seems like it is trending toward LaFleur staying as coach.
For continued coverage on all things LaFleur and the 2026 Packers, keep it locked right here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Alex Stroke.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life.
Hey, this is Gene Cho, Bucky from 03 to 05. Most memorable moment? Definitely getting arrested at a football game for crowd surfing as Bucky. Oof. Maybe not the best shining moment for Bucky.
Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
We're on the Packers.
I'd love to see LaFleur in a lame duck year to see how it affected him.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
Because maybe it'd make him better.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Of Sports Illustrated posted the following poll question. which is brilliant, and it has 16,000 votes as of right now.
Wow, Hughes, getting it done.
Congratulations. You were just hired as the Packers president.
Apparently they like cream and gold.
What's your plan?
Okay.
Go on the
WI.
Go on the WIAA State Girls Basketball Tournament broadcast, and then go sledding down the hill. Here are your choices, President Tauscher.
I miss Murph.
Okay.
Yeah, and he misses me. Fire LaFleur. Fire Goody. Fire both. Keep both. Pray for health. Now, you only get 4 choices. That would obviously point out that you believe that they're both the right guys and that injuries derailed what could have been a special season. I would also say that other caveats could be make some changes on the staff, adjust your philosophy slightly, and maybe have a veteran or two once in a while on the team, all those kinds of things. But Bill had 4 choices, and it's obviously worked for him. Would you like to guess how this polling has played out?
I think Fire LaFleur is at the top.
The most votes, you think?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Are you sitting down? You are. Because if you recall Monday's program, I mercifully got to go to the locker room. It started with not a soul in sight wanting Matt LaFleur back as head coach, and it never changed while I was gone. So if you were listening solely to our show, you would think everybody in the Packers nation wanted Matt LaFleur to be fired. What if I told
now
you?
it's when did he put this poll in the field? Yesterday?
At 4:16 p.m. yesterday.
So, you know this, man. Things happen quick, not snail-like.
Except for this
the
extension.
Odds that I feel like people, yeah, it's true. People are, okay. I'm guessing I'm going to be way wrong, which is good.
The leading vote getter out of, as of now, 16,183 votes has 69.7%. That is not an insignificant percentage.
No, it's
Keep both, pray for health. 69.7%. Fire LaFleur 17%. Fire both 8.9%. Fire Goody 4.4%. So if we combine Fire LaFleur with Fire both, you're talking 26% of the fan base wants Matt LaFleur fired. Tell me that that's anything close to the vibe you got over the last several days.
Well, you have to always take into account
emotion,
the prisoner of the moment
palming
scenario that plays.
Sure.
And the emotions were hot, obviously, Saturday night on our post-game show. Emotions were still hot on Monday. And I think as you start coming to reality and understanding that they've had these conversations and he's more than likely going to be back, and then you start looking at the big picture with some of the injuries, and you heard Micah's comments and you heard other players go to bat for Matt. I understand why that sentiment has shifted a little bit. But I think even out of those 69% that are diehard Packer fans, I would think if something came up that this contract didn't get worked out, I would think that Packer fans would be fine with that too. There's not some strong – this isn't some strong passion like you got to keep Brett Favre as quarterback, don't give the job to Rodgers.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
That.
Yep.
This, I would say, is lukewarm at best of an endorsement even after 5 or 6 days from this loss. But I think there is something to be said about the direction and where this team is trending with its younger players, and now with Micah, if you get everybody back healthy, I think people believe you can win, and you can win with this organization as it's currently structured. And they don't know the uncertainty of who would that be. Because it's one thing to get rid of somebody. It's another thing making it better. Just because you do that doesn't mean it's going to happen. So I think you factor all that in. But, yes, I am very surprised that it's less than a week. I would think at most it would have been 50%. And to be at 70% is, I think that's a testament to Matt LaFleur and the fact that Packer fans do believe in him.
Jesse, are you still taking calls for our Iron Jock contest, or are you done?
I'm well done. Jeremy
Good.
and Deerfield are big winner today.
Hey, congrats, Jeremy. My question for you is, how would you have voted in this?
I say keep him. I said the other day, coming out of the loss, have the Packers achieved all that they can with Matt LaFleur? Has he taken them as far as you believe that he can? And I'm coming around to the notion that I don't think that they have achieved as much as they can with him as the head coach. And I think that you can point to a number of different reasons for why that's happened. I don't think he's without blame, but I don't think removing him and bringing someone else in instantly makes the situation that drastically better.
Dare I ask for calls?
Well, you missed out on all the calls on Monday. It's up to you.
I know. I'm aware. Have you softened your position on Matt LaFleur, or are you just resigned to it because that's the way it's trending and you're not going to get what you want?
So, Jason, why don't we put a poll in and get like a passion meter? Let's get a passion meter about where our thoughts are with Matt LaFleur as the head coach. Because that you saying resigned to the fact he's going to be back, I am curious if that's it or if you really believe Matt LaFleur is the right guy. There's two different ways to look at
fans,
that, right?
Yeah. That's fair.
Fans, yeah. I'm not asking you. Lord knows I'm not going to ask you that question. No way.
Not until 11:15 at least.
Yeah. You're a storyteller. You're not.
Let me tell you a story about Steinhoffels. A new year means a new mattress. And I think there's a few people that called on Monday that could use a nice, calm night of sleep on a brand new mattress. Refreshed. Change their attitude a little bit. And right now at Steinhoffels, you can start 2026 feeling rested and make an impact while you're at it. All January, stop into Steinhoffels and test rest any mattress. For every test rest, Steinhoffels donates $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, helping create dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. Of course, they need to make up for the 3 kicks that Brandon McManus missed, 2 of them being field goals that cost $1,000 that would have gone to Special Spaces Wisconsin. And here's the bonus. For just trying a mattress, you get a $20 lunch gift card. So you get, and you help some kids have dream bedrooms and it's such a great cause, Special Spaces Wisconsin. Better sleep, free lunch, and a great cause. The January Test Rest event, only at Steinhoffels. We'll work on the wording of our poll, but if you have softened your position, or, hey, if you went the other way, and the fact that it's trending toward him staying, you've only hardened your position further, that you don't want him to be your Packers head coach, the Carbless Talk and Text line is 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here for the Blue Mountains of cold, refreshing Coors Light. Well, whether you're tailgating pregame, cracking one open during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue when chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. A process that remains the same. Wisconsin football with an active transfer portal period. 25 so far committed to come to the Badgers. Even in a new era of recruiting and roster rebuilds, Barry Alvarez pinpoints the scouting practice should stay intact.
If you can strengthen your team, if you've made some mistakes, you have a quick fix if you get the right guys. The key to this is your evaluation process. Are you getting the right guys? Are you going to be able to blend them and mix them into a team?
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and Hoosiers!
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern, with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is now closer than ever with our brand new pickup point at the University Bookstore on State Street. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you know and love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter at IKEA.us or the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore pickup point. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid EXL sedan for as low as $359 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
It's a new year, and everyone's talking resolutions. Eat better, move more, give up everything fun. Yeah, Carbless says you don't have to do that part, because when you reach for a Carbless, you're choosing a better-for-you cocktail. With 0 carbs, 0 sugar, only 100 calories, and full of flavor, you can stay on track with your New Year's resolutions without having to commit to dry January. Start 2026 with balance, not guilt. Your goals matter, and your fun does too. Carbless, your New Year's first good decision.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch, taking your calls. It appears to have been a good decision. Now we'll see how the calls go, which will really decide whether it was a good decision. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. We'll get to one call. That's all right now, and then we'll get to more calls in the 10 o'clock hour. I think our primary question, you could talk about whatever you want, just don't be a jerk, is have you softened your position based on the way this is trending on Matt LaFleur being the Packers head coach? Resignation is certainly a possible word here, right? I'm just resigned to the fact that they're not changing coaches. I wanted them out, but they're not going to change, so now I'm kind of recalibrating how I feel. Maybe it's hardened your resolve to say, no, get rid of him, he sucks. Maybe you were all along saying, no, I still believe. I live in a world where I wish we had Doc Brown's time machine, because I would love to go back to Denver and not have Micah Parsons. I mean, I'd really rather go back even further to Tucker Kraft, and he doesn't have Sean Ryan get cut blocked into him, and he tears his ACL. I still believe they are a NFC championship game team with a chance to go to the Super Bowl if those two players are not the ones that get hurt. And yes, the 49ers are in the divisional round with everybody and their brother injured. They also had that many injuries last year, and they went 5-12. So if you're going to use that as an example, you have to point out the flip side, that they also had a really crappy season last year. And there were some people talking about, are they going to move on from Shanahan? So,
nobody serious thought that.
I agree, but I'm sure there were people that are like our fans who were like, this guy can't win the big one. He lost the Super Bowl twice.
There's people that think a lot of things.
It's true.
I mean, it's right.
Let's find out what Jeff in Janesville thinks.
Yeah.
Jeff, good morning.
JJ.
Welcome to Wilde and Tausch.
Thank you. Tausch gave me a really good perspective of it. He said, NFL players, you stay in the league long enough, you have a 100% chance of getting hurt. Period, end of subject. My issue with Matt LaFleur, keep him. I think he's a great head coach, offensive coordinator, but instead of 100% hurt, he has to stop worrying about hurting people's feelings. And Jason, you made a great point about when Joe Barry got let go, how Rich Bisaccia went at you at the conference and then later apologized because of their friendship or whatever. He needs to stop letting his feelings get in the way of his coaching staff. Rich Bisaccia, I'm sure he's a great guy, but he needs to go. He needs to be gone. And that's how Matt LaFleur needs to coach his personnel, not his players. That's just my personal feeling on that.
No, Jeff, great point. I would agree that there's an argument to be made that he is loyal to a fault. Yeah.
Facts over feelings. If your special teams stink, you need a new coach. If your defensive coordinator has lost the trust of your team, which Joe Barry did, facts over feelings. And Matt LaFleur has had a hard time letting go of people. That means he's a good. I mean, it means he's an empathetic dude. But as a head football coach in the NFL, it's facts over feelings, baby. That's a great call, Jeff.
Yeah, he's right, and we appreciate the call. We'll get to more of your calls coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, but first.
Uh-oh.
The king of the webinar, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Tauscher makes one last push for you to join Annex Wealth Management, Dr. Brian Jacobson, and Dr. Mark Tauscher on today's webinar.
I do have a master's degree.
I know you do.
Know that. And today, January 15th, soon as I'm done with this show, matter of fact, maybe even a little bit earlier.
Before you're done with this show.
Thank you, Jason. I beat you to it. I am going to co-host a webinar, regardless of what the website says, with Annex Wealth Management. I don't have a script, but what I do have are questions right here. A couple, not a ton. For Dr. Brian Jacobson, who we always say this on our show, Jason. We're not experts. We're experts on a lot of stuff. We're not experts on everything. And when we're not, we bring in experts. And Dr. Brian Jacobson, he is a really smart guy. He's on national TV, CNBC, Fox Business, Bloomberg. So what is going to happen today when an economist and a smart guy like Brian Jacobson talks to old T? Well, you need to find out. So today, head over to events.annexwealth.com. Join us right at noon. You can literally go from Wilde and Tausch, head over to events.annexwealth.com. I'm not sure what I'm going to be wearing, but I'm certain I have questions about everything. And there is a lot of stuff going on in the markets. We're going to do that right after the show today, noon, events.annexwealth.com.
The tease of what happens when a world-renowned economist sits down with old T is beautiful. Whoever wrote that copy, kudos to you.
No, I actually ad-libbed that.
There's no way you ad-libbed that.
You did not come
You want me to send you the script?
You did not come
I'll
up
send
with
you the script.
Send it to me right now.
Economist.
I will apologize publicly. I will apologize publicly if it's not on there in any form.
I hope the LaFleur
Well,
news
there's
breaks.
the world famous economist is on there.
I hope that's our point. Anyway, I hope the LaFleur news breaks in the middle of your webinar and you pivot.
No, I do too.
You're talking the markets and silver, and then suddenly, hey, by the way, Brian, we got big news here. Matt LaFleur just got a contract extension. What do you think, Dr. Brian Jacobson? And then he weighs in, and then
No, I would ask
I
him
think he
if
should
you're- if
invest in
it's-
silver.
If Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst are stocks, which way are you betting that they're going to go up? Are you going to short them? Are you going to ride it out long? What are you going to do? And he'll say, "Who's that?" Or maybe he's a huge Packer fan. I have no idea. I'll learn a lot more about Dr. Brian Jacobson this afternoon, is my guess.
And I have the script now, so I can read through it myself during the break. All right. If you are on hold, that would be Jim, Ron, Steve, and Michael. And then we also have more room for your calls. Are you resigned? Are you excited? Are you angry? If this is trending toward Matt LaFleur continuing as the Packers head coach, how do you feel as a Packers fan? 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is Wilde and Tausch, and it will continue in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats. You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
Hey, Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Speculation continues on the future for head coach Matt LaFleur with the Green Bay Packers. The latest from ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter appearing this morning on Get Up on ESPN.
I think there are two things we're watching right now. The first would be Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers. They have been talking about an extension really for a couple of weeks now. It goes back. These talks didn't just get started. And they're going to continue. And there's been a disagreement on the length of that deal, what it would look like, and the money on that deal and what it would look like. And you'd like to think that the two sides who are both motivated to make it happen can figure out a compromise and allow him to stay in Green Bay. But they haven't done it yet. So we're waiting to see if they can do that. I would think that they can, but they haven't yet.
ESPN's Adam Schefter this morning on Get Up. Stay tuned for the latest right here on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Bucks Spurs tonight, 7 o'clock tip in San Antonio.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And it begins with more of your calls. And with Jesse putting a poll in the field, we'll tell you what that question is here momentarily. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is Jim on the South Side. Jim, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you feeling about where things are trending with the Packers coaching situation?
Well, ever since Saturday night's game, I've been on the fence about whether I want to keep Matt or not. I like him as a coach. but we're missing something. We need either more experience on the lines and in the backfields and everywhere else, somebody who can take charge of the team that's on the field. Balaga said it yesterday that they weren't getting up to the line quick enough to make the calls, and he was yelling at the TV set. Well, if there was somebody in the line that could have made that point and got things moving along, and I don't know if it has to come from players on the field or coaches on the sideline, but Matt's got to get somebody around him that can light a fire, kick some iPads over, do something to get a little determination onto the team, because we look soft. And if he can do it by bringing people around him, that's fine, and then you can keep him. But I think he himself is not that type person. That's not his personality. And I think if he can't change those people around him, then I think he has to go. And Tausch, you tell me, can he bring the people around him, or is he too soft to do that?
Good question. Yeah, I think you can definitely bring people around that will help you improve your weaknesses as a head football coach. That's why you can't have yes men around you. You need to have some folks that maybe are coming at it from a different perspective and have been in different places that have had some success in that. And I thought a couple of conversations that I saw yesterday on the Bears with their passionate hatred for the Packers. It's, I saw Mike Daniels did a podcast with I apologize for who he did the podcast with. I don't remember, but I saw his quotes, and I know he has been on that train for a while. But I think there is something to be said when you have been, I guess, kings of the North, or however you want to phrase where Green Bay has looked at it, and it's never been about beating the Bears or the Vikings. It's about winning a championship. Whereas some of these other teams, it's about beating us. And that's there is an intensity deficit when it comes, and there won't be now.
Agreed.
Those days are gone.
Great point.
So that part of it, I think, in the locker room, the days of Mike Sherman having Fuzzy Thurston come in and talk to us about the importance of that rivalry with the Bears, blood ball signs getting splattered around different, when divisional games. Like, people think that's kind of tacky and a little corny, but it works. And I do think there's something to it, because you get what you emphasize as coaches. I'm not sure what is Matt LaFleur's emphasis. I'm not in there. I don't know. But I do know this. There is a passion deficit. The Chicago Bears, I did not realize the level of vitriol from their owner to their coach and probably their GM. We don't have that. And is it a healthy thing? No. Is football a healthy game? I can promise you, as I'm getting older, it ain't. I promise you. So if you're going to delve into this little thing called football, you best believe it ain't going to always be healthy. And sometimes you need to be goofy and quirky and reckless. That is all part of this. This isn't a straight line from here to there. There's going to be, just like Dr. Brian Jacobson today, there's going to be dips. And you're not going to sit there and be able to time it out. What you have to do is you got to figure out, and you have to course correct. The Green Bay Packers are in course correction mode. It's no longer good enough to say, no, we own these guys. We did this. Well, we don't. We don't want a blanking division. We're the last team standing winning a division. That continues to just at me.
Great call, and even greater reply from Old T. Let's get one more call in now. Then we'll get to more coming up. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Let's go to Oak Creek and talk to our buddy Ron. Ron, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. What's on your mind?
Good morning, guys. Great show this morning. Good insight. I'm on my way to Finnemore.
It's been a good show. I'm going to agree with Ron first. Ron, I'm going to agree with you. Been a real good show so far. Go ahead.
So, perspective. I have relatives in Atlanta and I got friends, D. Orlando,
D-Led!
and in Baltimore. And you know what they're telling me? Get rid of LaFleur. We love him in Baltimore. Get rid of LaFleur. We want him in Atlanta. Arthur Blanks loves him. You know why they say there's not movement on the coaches yet, to Harbaugh? Because they're waiting to see what's going to happen with LaFleur. Sometimes, now my perspective, it's worth keeping him. They're not that far behind, make some adjustments. But who's better? Then I look at who's won a championship. I don't think he's better. You want Nick Sirianni or you want LaFleur?
No.
I'm just saying, talent, execution makes a difference. I understand he brings a certain attitude, but I think, we need to get this done and see next year's team with all the motivation. I think it could be good, and I don't see anyone on the outside coming in and doing better.
Ron, I'm not just saying this because you're friends with D. Orlando Ledbetter or because you say nice things about us when you call us, but great call and outstanding perspective. And I want to use what Ron said there. Thanks for the call, buddy. We appreciate you. Safe travels to Fenimore. Is it possible that we are a little tunnel vision myopic and we need someone like Ron in Oak Creek who has friends in Baltimore, which has a head coaching opening after moving on from apparently the greatest coach in NFL history, according to Steve the Homer True, and has friends in Atlanta, which have moved on from Raheem Morris and have gone through quite a few coaches since that Super Bowl defeat, right? I think this will be their third coach since 16, maybe even their fourth coach since 16. Is it possible that we're kind of that? Remember, did you ever hear this phrase about guys when they're dating and they're talking about a woman who's like stunningly beautiful and they say something effective, well, somewhere there's a guy that's still sick of her, right? Because they've been together for a while.
Yeah, the quote's a lot more crass. The quote
Yes.
I've heard is a lot more crass than what you've portrayed there.
I was trying to clean it up a little bit. My point is that maybe we're looking at Matt LaFleur as that beautiful girl that we're sick of, great eyebrows, and there's a bunch of people in the bar going, ooh, if they break up, I'm in. I'm interested. And that would be Baltimore. That would be Atlanta. That would be a number of these other teams with openings.
I'm not sure. I mean, listen, man, everybody will talk and say certain things, and Matt LaFleur's got a great regular season record, but he's never finished. Never got the ring, never gotten it's never happened.
He hasn't had 18 or 19 years to do it in either the way the other two coaches
That's
that are
7.
available.
And in today's day and age, 7 is the new 18.
That's not bad. That's a pretty good line, actually. We will get to more of your calls. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more, and we will get to more calls after Tausch tells us about American Family Insurance.
Well, American Family Insurance has been a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch forever, right from the jump. And just like a great team needs great protection, American Family Insurance, they know your family needs it as well. That's why they make life better by protecting your dreams with the right home and auto policies. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've told you for a while about how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Now huddle up. The holidays just got a game changer. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back with 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at $19.99. It's an easy way to feed the family and still be ready in time for kickoff. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or in the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, Feed good times.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every U. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Wyatt Parker. DeForest, where it's this beautiful pool. What's it like to swim here?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, we got all the space in the world here.
You're a 3.97 student, and they asked, you're going to have 12 letters, 3 sports, swimming, cross country, and track.
Yep.
That's pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah, it's real fun to have competed because the teams have changed so much through my 4 years now.
When you look back in your time here at DeForest, what's going to stand out the most?
I love the team spirit that we have on all of our teams. Cross country team, real close-knit. Swim team's really close-knit this year because we're so small. Track team it's fun because we got so many different people. I got a bunch of really good working relationships with my teachers, too, that I'll miss once I move on.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
Madison, Tuesday, January 20th, we will be broadcasting KBN live on site at the UW Bookstore on State Street from 2 to 5 p.m., celebrating IKEA's brand new partnership with UW-Madison. IKEA is now closer than ever with their new pickup point inside the University Bookstore, which is awesome. You can order online and pick it up as soon as the next day, and it's free for IKEA family members. So swing by the UW Bookstore, check out the new IKEA pickup point, and come hang out with us while we're live from 2 to 5 on Tuesday, January 20th.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Right back to your calls we go, even though it's a Thursday. 844-770-3776. Well,
getting emotional about all these calls lined up.
Get Brian Jacobson in here. Get him in here stat.
We get teased for not taking calls on any days other than Monday, so it made me laugh. There's a little spittle involved, so now I'm okay.
Chorkle.
Chorkling? Why would you say that?
Oh, Jesse, give me a break.
It's a gross word.
Why would you say what?
Spittle?
Yeah.
It's not a gross word.
Yeah, it is.
Talk about soft. And I know soft. Let's get back to the phones. Let's go to Steve in Heartland. Steve, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Awesome. Good. How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Good. Here's my question, guys. I'm wondering your opinion on
if the Packers in this current state with all these job openings, if they have enough negotiating power to say, okay, Matt, we want you back. We're going to pay you your money, but here's the deal. We want two things. One, you got to be the CEO here. You got to hire an offensive coordinator. You can't call the plays anymore. We need you managing the team from the sideline. And number two, we need you to get rid of some of these assistants and bring in some assistants that are going to, give us a little bit more toughness as a team.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Steve. If you're at policy and you're making this request, which I don't think is unreasonable, by the way, and I think it's a good question. Are you in
can't
turn
ask him to give up play calling?
Are you?
Don't hire him then.
We'll get to that in a second. Are you responding though to Matt LaFleur and saying, and because we're making these requests, we will finance higher salaries for the assistant coaches to make it a reality?
Absolutely.
Okay, because they don't have a track record of that under the previous presidents.
You got to spend money to make money, and you got to spend money to be a champion. And prices aren't going
Brian
down.
Jacobson's going to tell us later at Annex Wealth Management.
Yep. I mean, the players are getting more expensive, so are the coaches.
Yep.
You're
Price
not
of
wrong.
doing business ain't going down. That's for sure.
Great call, Steve. All right, Tausch, you wanted to chime in on the idea of
I'm
not calling plays.
Here's the deal. You don't dictate to the head football coach his vision for, especially from an offensive mind where Matt LaFleur is. Now, if you want to say there's some things you need to shuffle and do, coaching staff and, hey, you got to get our special teams better. We can't continuously be bottom third of this league every blanking year. And then Matt LaFleur should say, give me some money so I can get the guy I want. Well, you just say, well, I just paid you the highest guy ever. Well, it hadn't worked. The coaching staff part of it, I'm okay with having those conversations. But in the end all, I am not going to neuter my head coach that I want to extend. I am going to have dialogue. I want to have open communication. But I'm certainly not going in there and saying, you can't call plays. Your game management sucks. Well, I'm not going to keep you then. You're a play caller, and you're the head coach. If you're not going to if that's not going to be the case, and I'm bringing in like that one coach, the Denver coach that used to be your what was his name? A-Rod's guy?
Nathaniel Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett?
If I ever have to do what the Denver Broncos owner had to do with Nathaniel Hackett after one game, I'm immediately saying, oh, blank, did I blank up?
What have I done?
I got to bring in an old guy to tell me when to take timeouts, and then I got to bring somebody in to call plays? What the hell did I hire you for? And if I want to extend
Aaron
Matt LaFleur 4 or 5,
and it didn't work.
Yeah, how did that work out? So I agree. I agree with the coaching staff and having that shared vision, but not interested in dictating to Matt LaFleur, you have to do this.
Can I ask you one follow-up to that? Would that be right? Before you ask all the questions of Brian Jacobson. Do you think the Packers would be better off with Matt LaFleur not calling the offensive plays? And I know that would depend on who the offensive coordinator would be that he would give that responsibility to. But do you think the Packers would be better off with him in more of the, dare I say, John Harbaugh CEO role and not calling the offensive plays?
No. If Matt LaFleur is not calling the plays, I don't think he'd feel happy with himself. He would be spending more time second-guessing what the play call was, and then he's going to be on that tablet talking to him. What the hell are you doing on this? This way he's got ownership. If Matt LaFleur is not calling plays, I don't think he should be the head football coach. Period. That's why we hired him.
And
I think he's good at it.
Regardless of
how
people
I think
may
he
feel.
is good at it. Now, can there be some different voices maybe helping with, hey, this part of the run game just ain't working. We need to do this. And obviously, yes. But if you're going to keep Matt LaFleur and extend him, you're going to take away his top thing. Mike McCarthy gave it up for a little bit, and I'm pretty certain
he
regretted it
immediately.
So if you don't believe in Matt LaFleur as a play caller, do not re-sign him as the head football coach. Period, Finn.
Piece of information from Ian Rappaport. The Steelers have requested to interview Panthers defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero for their open head coaching job. If that name sounds slightly familiar, he actually spent time in Green Bay on staff here during the McCarthy administration. He's the guy that the Packers brought in for an interview and should have hired instead of Joe Barry. Now, obviously, they wouldn't have ended up with Jeff Hafley eventually, but he's a good football coach. That feels like a Steelers hire. Young guy, defensive-minded, who can be in that role for 15-plus years if he ends up having success. I'll be curious to see if that happens. All right, let's get to one more call here before the next break. Let's go out to, I assume, Oregon, not Oregon, and talk to Michael. Michael, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Very good. How are you guys?
We're great. What do you got?
Well, so I just kind of always go back to kind of what you actually were saying, Jason, back in the 2020, 21, 2022 seasons of what Jordan looked like in practice, right? Mm-hmm. And if we lose Matt LaFleur and get another coach that is going to make all the quote-unquote amazing decisions, never make a single mistake, bring, the alleged toughness that's needed, if Jordan Love takes a step back, is that worth it? I'd rather have my quarterback throwing 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions in a playoff game.
Boy, was he good, wasn't he?
That's what Matt LaFleur brings to Jordan Love and what he has done, for Jordan Love. Obviously, Jordan has put in the work and, is a big part of that growth and success as well. But, I'd be too worried about taking a big step back with Jordan Love.
So, Michael, let me devil's advocate you on that, even though I appreciate you supporting my position. Is it possible that Jordan Love has moved past that and developed to a degree that now he's at a point where if you you still have to have good coaching, right? Doesn't matter if you're 27 or 37 or whatever. Like, we've seen teams that have made mistakes. Like Jalen Hurts has been really good at times. And then they've had some offensive coordinators where their offense has stunk it up. I'm not saying I would rather have Jalen Hurts than Jordan Love. That's a different discussion, but I don't feel that way. But is it possible that that Jordan's at a point where, you still have a strong quarterbacks coach or a good offensive coordinator? If you hired Coach X and Matt LaFleur was gone, that he's beyond a concern for you, or do you think that is still a concern?
It certainly is possible, but I think I would take the more consistent, steady growth we've seen with Jordan Love, and that. And you make a good point with Jalen Hurts there of just the up and down craziness that they've experienced. I'd rather have the consistency of Matt LaFleur and knowing that he's going to be your offensive guy. He's going to be the leader of your quarterback, and we all know how much that matters for an NFL team's overall performance.
Yep, and the reason I took that devil's advocate approach is because A, I agree with you, and B, I saw something, and I was actually going to reach out to her and see if we could get her on the show again because it's been a long time. Mina Kimes was talking about this exact thing, that you have a coach and a quarterback that are on the same page now. And if we're being honest, there were times with the previous quarterback, and thanks for the call, Michael, we appreciate it. There were times with the previous quarterback with both of the coaches that he had during his time as a starter where maybe they weren't always on the same page, right? Fair? So there's value in that. Is there enough value that
when do you think Jordan gets to that point?
That was going to be my next question. When do you get to a point in your career where you start having your own feelings and thoughts as the quarterback?
I think he's getting close.
I think so, too.
I'm guessing he's getting close. And that's why if you don't feel like that vision is synced up, you could have this conversation now or you could have it in 2 years.
Yep. You're right.
Because quarterbacks, especially let's say you have a ton of success, and Jordan's had success. Tons, it's up for debate, but he's had a lot of success. quarterbacks, their fame level continues to rise. Their want for more autonomy also rises. Why Brady was so great is because I think you had that build-up, but he still bought in. While I'm sure he had disagreements, when the disagreements got to the point where it was too much, what happened?
Deuces B.
We'll take 20 years in Green Bay with 6 championships. If Jordan Love can do that and he wants to get a little bit testy at the end of his career, I will say, I applaud you, Jay Love. Kudos to you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
We'll get to more of your calls. We'll push our trivia back by a smidge. But before we can get to more calls and before we can play trivia, Tausch needs to tell us about Jones Dairy Farm.
Oh, Jones Dairy Farm, family-owned and operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson all the way back to 1889. And they're best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. Pork, chicken, and turkey. I don't know if you've seen the video, Jason. I was out with the volleyball. We had the big cook-off over at the field house.
Did Tucker Kraft? Did I miss the part where Tucker Kraft picks
thought I got robbed.
a tie?
I mean, I made a really good breakfast burrito. I thought should have won. Grace ended up beating me. Go check that video out. That was fun. Did it so happen it was in the middle of volleyball season? I think maybe the voters were a little bit biased. Huh. Yeah, I do. But what wasn't biased was the great bacon that we had in there. I put a little sausage in mine. They have everything you could look for. Find all of Jones products in grocery stores across Wisconsin. Check the website's product finder at jonesdairyfarm.com.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats! You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
Pro Volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 Love Madison schedule is here. Setter of the Year Lauren Carlini and hometown favorite Claire Chausset return to the court, ready to lead a powerhouse lineup of world-class talent. Get ready for non-stop action. Every serve, every volley, and every win, right here in Madison. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the unforgettable moments all season long. Visit lovb.com to check out the full schedule and secure your seats today. Volleyball is the next major league.
The Don has spoken.
Everybody has the same issues. Everyone has NIL issues. Everyone has transfer portal issues. It's up to our guys to figure out how to manage it.
The Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
In my Jesse Nelson doing John Gruden voice, I'll tell you what, man. I appreciate all the calls. We're going to get to more of them. But I will say that conversation we had for a little while yesterday about what Micah Parsons said and about whether or not that was directed at Rashawn Gary or not, I got emails and texts.
LinkedIn? Any LinkedIn?
I didn't check my LinkedIn yesterday. I'm not as committed to that.
I only know it's a hot topic when somebody
if LinkedIn is lighting up. Yeah. I'll check. I haven't logged in lately. And again, if Matt LaFleur's status was clear cut and we weren't in the waiting game, the snail's pace, if you will, I think that would have gotten a lot more run, judging from the way people responded to that topic.
It's a long off season.
It is indeed. We also have a long list of callers, so let's get to those calls again. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Jesse, I'm looking at this run.
Had we not lost to the Bears, I would have probably picked Green Bay to beat Seattle. I don't know what I would have done, but this wasn't going to be like, oh, my God, we can't beat Seattle.
No, I agree. Totally agree. Of course
good defense, but Darnold's flawed.
Seattle's defense is very good, and they'd be fresh and hungry and loud. But Sam Darnold, Sammy D, maybe it'll be his year. Maybe this is the year he elevates in the postseason. Maybe.
Jesse, is there? He's down on the list. But is Jeff in Janesville the Jeff in Janesville that called earlier? Did he call back?
No, this is a first-time caller, Jeff in Janesville, who's last in line right now. Yeah, he's
in the 7th position. So we will get to you, Jeff, but it's going to be a while. Let's start in Fargo, North Dakota.
Let's
talk to Adam. Adam, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
How's doing today?
We're great. How are you?
Doing well. I did a little math this morning. So, I think we all like LaFleur as an offensive guy, right? But something that just never seems to feel right when it gets down to that fourth quarter and crunch time of important games. So, LaFleur's had 9 playoff games, 2 of which were blowouts. A little less stressful in the fourth quarter. One of them went our way, one of them went the other way. But in those other 7 games that went down to the fourth quarter, and he's our offensive-minded head coach, how many points do you think we scored combined in those 7 games?
Not enough, I'm going to guess.
26.
22.
26.
Okay.
26. 3.7 points per game in 7 playoff games when the season is on the line in the playoffs in the fourth quarter. Now, I think LaFleur is a great schemer. He can come out of the gates hot. He had all week to plan for something. But somehow, some way, when that game gets late, everything folds, and everybody folds around him with him. He's going into year 8 We've had 5 coaches in NFL history win a Super Bowl after their 5th year. Do we think LaFleur is anything like Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, John Madden, Bill Cowher, or Andy Reid? I don't know. I like him. I think he's a good coach. I think he prepares a lot, including his eyebrows and his hair, but I don't know that he's the right guy when it comes down to crunch time and playoff time. 3.7 points per game in 7 important playoff games in the fourth quarter.
So this is interesting because I was just I'm working on my story in the commercial breaks for channel3000.com, and Tucker Kraft said something, and it wasn't about specifically fourth quarters, Adam, but he said it's something I talked about last year too. I think some people may have gotten into a clench mentality, where last year we dropped 2 games right before the playoffs. This year we dropped 4 games right before the playoffs. And he was kind of suggesting that there's kind of a tightening, a puckering, if you will. I knew it. We were both going there. And so Adam's talking about specific fourth quarter related things. I think Tucker was talking more kind of bigger picture, but I don't have a problem with that criticism. I think that's a fair critique. And my question for you, old boy, is if you agree that it's a fair critique, then how do you get better at it? Or are you just never going to be great in those type of situations?
You got to flip the script. You have to have some success. You have to find ways to win some of these tight games during the regular season so that you believe you will, like the Bears did. We all want to steamroll people and dominate, and the league ain't built that way. It just doesn't happen. So when we'll give you a pass when you lose a game to the Browns or to the Panthers. But those scenarios build, I said on the postgame show Saturday night, you got to have some calluses on your hands when you're going to be going out and doing a bunch of hard labor. I know you don't know anything about that, Jason, but hard labor,
that seems totally
hammering with a maul and out doing the construction work. You get calluses. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, those calluses, you're not going to bleed out in a playoff game. Your hands they're built for it. And I don't know if we're built for it. We obviously this year we weren't. And the only way to do it is some of them are going to be scabbed up losses. But boy, it'd be nice to have some scabbed up wins too. And to have those hardened and all of a sudden then you get to it and be like, "Oh, we're built for this. We're ready." Instead of, "Oh, blank, I've seen this movie before." So how you do that? You build it, and you work for it, and you fight through, understanding it ain't always going to go your way, but finding a way to win some of these games that you ended up losing builds that character up that you don't pucker. You look at it and say, I saw that video that the NFL Films put out. Bears never thought anything about – they never thought about losing that game. Down 21-3, Caleb Williams over there. Yep, let's just keep plugging. Keep going. Defense, get a stop. Defense is saying, we got to get the ball back for you. And that's what they did. So how you go about doing it, this isn't snap your fingers and, let me bring in Mike Ditka's kid to come in because he's tough and rough and grumble. No, it's not how it is. Your players got to live it. They got to experience it, and they got to come out on the other side of it.
Got to be about it. I did think, and by the way, Ian Rappaport now reporting that the Steelers have requested Jeff Hafley for an interview, so you can add that.
I was wondering
Jeff Hafley's list.
That might feel like a good fit.
But before that, the one game where I thought that there maybe was a tipping point. Remember when you and I both used the same phrase afterward, not knowing that the other had done so? Out Dan Campbell. Yep. Like that I thought might have been a tipping point moment for Matt LaFleur. Now they won one more game the following week against the Bears. Then they lost their next 4 to finish the regular season and then lost to the Bears in the playoffs. But that felt like, hey, maybe this is the moment, right? He swam back from the deep water.
Yeah, he did.
And that might be, if we look back someday, you might be able to say, hey, that was That was a watershed moment. Now, obviously, the rest of the season didn't go that way, but I wonder if he can look back on that and say, hey, that's the me I got to be. I'm capable of this. I did it in that game.
It's the me I want to be.
That is who
I got to be.
All right, we need to get some more of your calls. We will do that coming up. I want to remind you, speaking of calls, one call, that's all. David Gruber, Gruber Law Offices. Hopefully you never have to make it. It's great to call our show, right? Because you're calling to voice your opinion on the Packers. It's a great thing. It's fun, and sometimes it's a little emotional, and sometimes people are jerks. But that's a fun call to make. It's not fun to make a call because you've been injured in an accident. It's not about being fun. It's about being taken care of and making sure that you have the representation you need to get what you deserve. That's what Gruber Law Offices will provide. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. More calls, more than just one. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Badgers.
The coaches, the players, we're bringing an entire new mindset.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
And it's to win. It's to win.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Toscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. All January at Steinhoffels, test rest any mattress. Get a $20 lunch gift card, and Steinhoffels donates $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, only at Steinhoffels. Wisconsin football with an active transfer portal period. Even in a new era of recruiting and roster rebuilds, Barry Alvarez pinpoints the scouting practice should stay intact.
If you can strengthen your team, if you've made some mistakes, you have a quick fix if you get the right guys. The key to this is your evaluation process. Are you getting the right guys? Are you going to be able to blend them and mix them into a team?
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Wyatt Parker. DeForest, we're at this beautiful pool. What's it like to swim here?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, we got all the space in the world here.
You're a 3.97 student. And they asked, you're going to have 12 letters, 3 sports, swimming, cross country, and track.
Yep.
That's pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah, it's real fun to have competed because the teams have changed so much through my 4 years now.
When you look back in your time here at DeForest, what's going to stand out the most?
I love the team spirit that we have on all of our teams. Cross country team, real close-knit. Swim team's really close-knit this year because we're so small. Track team it's fun because we got so many different people. I got a bunch of really good working relationships with my teachers, too, that I'll miss once I move on.
Prizes, flyaways,
even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Back to your calls. Get a couple in here before we start the 11 o'clock hour. Let's go to Dan in Fitchburg. Dan, thanks for holding on. Good morning. Your thoughts on Matt LaFleur and the Packers?
Good morning. First-time caller. Love your show.
Thank you.
My thoughts are, this is outside the box.
Ooh,
but
like
I'll start with LaFleur is not a head coach. He's not a leader. He's an offensive coordinator. He's X's and O's. I got to go back and look at the tape. We'll see what happened. Blah, blah, blah. He's not a head coach. He's not a motivator. That's not what he is. So, given that, this is way outside the box. So what coaching dream team for the Green Bay Packers? Jimmy Leonard, defensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur, offensive coordinator. This is the one that's really outside the box. It's a little too early to say this. Got to wait till next week. Curt Cignetti, the head coach.
Oh, my God.
What do you think?
Well, as long as he doesn't bring his brother, who I think there's a lot of people that thought he's one of the least qualified coaches they've brought in during at least my time covering the team. Curt Cignetti.
Leader.
All right, first of all, I agree with your statement on Matt LaFleur in terms of a fire and brimstone leader.
What a dream team that would
I
be.
agree with that. He's more of a I care about you guys type of leader, right? If you listen to everything that was said during locker room cleanout, at no point did anyone say, God, he gets me so fired up before games. I'm ready to run through a wall. Okay? That was not the way they described him. He cares about us as players and as people and all that kind of stuff. Tausch, you played for Mike McCarthy. He was both, right? Is that a fair description? He was both cares about you as a person, but could get you motivated when necessary, or am I wrong?
I'd say that's fair.
What about Mike Sherman?
Mike Sherman was a care about you as a person, for sure. And he would pick his spots, which, by the way, in professional football,
that's how you
that whole idea, Newt Rockne getting up and doing that every game, you're going to get laughed out of the gym if you're doing that. So I'm not interested in that anyways.
I don't know about look, I'm not going to dog Curt Cignetti with what he's accomplished and the fact that the Indiana University is on the verge of winning the national championship in football. I don't know. Nick Saban, one of the greatest college football coaches ever, did not transition to the NFL. Jimmy Johnson transitioned great.
Quarterback.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I don't think Curt Cignetti is what we're looking for here, but I can't say that with absolute certainty because who am I to bet against what he's done as he's worked his way up the ladder?
I'll say this. If you're going to move on from Matt LaFleur and you want someone opposite, which is typically what happens when you fire a coach or don't bring them back, Curt Cignetti is that. Curt Cignetti doesn't give no blanks. He ain't interested in all this conversation. It's about execution and it's about toughness, and it would be I think it would be a culture shock to where Green Bay is. And if you feel like you need a jolt, which I don't know if Ed Policy feels that way, certainly there's fans that feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Curt Cignetti would do that, and he would be the hottest candidate going if someone would get him. Not going to happen, by the way, not going to happen. The Jimmy Leonard as a D coordinator, no, that's intriguing to me.
You have been on board with that for a while.
I'm seeing some rumblings
I think
on
everybody
social
would.
media that he may or
I feel
may
like
not
there'd be a lot of people.
May or may not be in line for something in New York with the new hire there potentially.
Well, he did play in Baltimore. He was with Harbs there, right?
And I know Dallas has went after him. I believe he's had a meeting with the Dallas Cowboys, I believe, have had conversations with him too.
Yeah, he's a good football coach. I wish Jimmy the best wherever that may wind up being. We'll see. Again, another interview for Jeff Hafley. We'll see if he gets any of these openings. Let's get one more call in quick before we start the 11 o'clock hour officially, because we're going to go down to Mississippi. We don't get a lot of calls from Mississippi.
Oh, Gunslinger's calling in. It's been a while since the Gunslinger's
got
been
some
on.
things to say.
That would be something. No, let's talk to Sam instead. Sam, good morning. Thanks for holding on, buddy. Say hi to Brett for us. What do you got?
Sir. Thank you. Just wanted to say I was disappointed when I heard this morning that John Harbaugh was going to be the next coach for the Giants. I was hoping that we would get him. Getting back to LaFleur, he is not a coach that is ever going to get anything more out of the players than what he's getting right now. I think the biggest prime example of his coaching style is what Nixon did, which, by the way, he needs to be cut. In that one play pretty close to the goal line where he stepped out of the way instead of going, trying to make the running back to stop him from scoring. Mm-hmm. He just kind of jumped out of the way. To me, that was probably the prime example of what I'm talking about. We need a coach like a Dan Campbell who wants to bite your kneecap off. That type of thing. I'm a Packer fan going back to '63 when Lombardi was there, and I'm still under that impression that football, you got to have somebody that can motivate you. Yeah, I understand the rah speeches before every game, but you got to be in these players' faces during the games when they do stupid things like Nixon has done all freaking year, and some other players too that I might add. But I'm sick and tired of hearing this. Well, I got to look at the tape, give the other team credit, all this other kind of crap. He is an enabler is what he is, and he's not a coach that I would want to play for. And this is coming from a Packer fan for 62 years, and I'm just tired of seeing us get beat, and especially in the second half. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't like the Bears head coach at all, but I'll be damned, I'd love to have him as our coach, But I personally don't like him because of his whatever. But if he could coach the Packers, I'd be happy with that too. Uh-huh. But the Packers have got to get somebody else besides LaFleur, because what you see, a Tiger is not going to change his stripes. You're going to see the same thing every freaking year with this guy. And we've got to have somebody that will be motivated. And I don't know who the answer is. I want John Harbaugh to be the guy. And I really believe he waited as long as he could because he wanted to see what was going to happen with I think he wanted our job. I really do. But because he is a traditional guy, he loves the tradition, which is probably the reason why he went. He's going to go to the Giants because of their tradition and all. But I'm just sick and tired of seeing, LaFleur and his post game wrap ups or whatever, and just seeing the same crap every freaking week. There's no way we should have lost to the Bears in the playoffs, and I'm still pissed about that crap. Now, fortunately, down here in Mississippi, I don't have to worry about a bunch of Bear fans around me, but I can't imagine the heat that you guys get if y'all around Bear fans up there.
Yeah, Bears
my
fans.
wife and I are actually
Sam.
Yes.
Yeah, Bears fans have been super annoying, annoying on top of annoying. And by the way, it's really tough to fight back because of what happened. It is what you got. Sometimes you got to take your lump of coal. And we're taking our lumps.
Sam, we appreciate the call. It was really good. I'm going to apologize to you now because when I hear that Southern drawl, I end up adopting it in my talks myself because I really enjoy that drawl. I
like that coach from LSU.
I wish I could talk like that because that's good.
My family.
That was a great call.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm certainly glad you can't because I'm annoyed already with the 30 seconds that you've been doing it.
I'm glad that I could do that. That's a win for me. We will get some more calls. But to his point, and you're the one who played in the league for 11 years. How much of that fire and brimstone do they need more of, and how much of that? Because look, you and I were on the same page when Dan Campbell hadn't won jack, but everybody was enamored with him because of his shtick. Now it ended up that he ended up having a bunch of success. Now whether or not his offensive coordinator might have been a reason for that, we'll continue to watch to see how things unspool in Detroit. But how much of that is valuable? How much is too much? And how much do you want your guy to be smart in addition to whooping some butts?
I'm not like the whole kneecaps. That's setting a tone. That's giving you a visual of what the vision for Dan Campbell's football team was. And I think he's lived up to that when they've been able to stay healthy. You also are going to get hurt a lot more when you're biting kneecaps all the time. If you have nobody biting at your kneecaps, your knees are probably going to be better than if you have somebody constantly biting at them.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to balance that part of it. But I'm not as interested in you need to run through brick walls for me. No, I need you to be resilient. That's more what I'm interested in. What are you going to do when inevitably bad stuff happens? That's the toughness I'm more interested in. Playing football is tough. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle when you get punched in the face and things start going south? And we haven't even talked about the Keyshawn Nixon part. We didn't talk about the intercepting.
I really wanted to get into that, yes.
The Valentine. Like there's a lot of offseason to get to, and we're still waiting on this drag-out Matt LaFleur deal. But there's a lot of issues, and a lot of them are guys willing tacklers. That's why Valentine ain't playing. That's why they kept trying to find different routes.
Yeah.
You have to.
On a route.
There's also, I didn't like the way Keyshawn handled. I'm not going to return kicks anymore. Keyshawn fought his tail to stay in this league because he was hungry and would do whatever anybody asked because nobody else would give him a chance.
Great point.
I want that mentality back. I'm not interested in you, I don't want to return kicks. Again, man. If you're Deion Sanders, I'll listen to you.
Yep.
I ain't interested. So there's a lot in the enabling word is what I found was interesting from Sam.
Yep.
Enabling.
Me too.
Why would a guy like that feel comfortable doing that and saying that?
So to Sam's point on Keyshawn Nixon, what we have heard both Matt LaFleur and Rich Bisaccia, who Rich Bisaccia has coached him every year of his career. He was with him in Oakland/Vegas, and then he's been with Keyshawn here. And Keyshawn always says, they let me be me. Well, maybe him being him is great until it's not. Jumping on the pile, right? You can't do that. Turning down that tackle at the goal line.
That was an incredibly ticky penalty, by the way.
You think so? You don't think that was dumb?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they threw it. It was dumb that he did it, but I'm sorry. Like, come on. It's a playoff game.
I think there's an argument to be made, and I think Sam made it effectively, that, okay, it's okay to be you, but there's got to be a line. And if you cross the line, there's...
Let me tell you something. Mike McCarthy had it dialed up. You can be you as long as you're helping the football team in a big way. Charles Woodson, it annoyed the hell out of Mike that he didn't practice all the time until he's picking sixes off in Miami and winning games and giving speeches about going to see the president because he's dominating games and being depoy. Hey, You know what, Keyshawn? If you lead the league and have 3 touchdown returns and are a depoy, hey, man, you be you. But until then, be what you need to be for the team.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep.
This isn't hard. Hey, guys, I hate to tell you this. There's a hierarchy in the NFL. And if you're making $7 or $8 million a year as a starting number 1 corner, they're telling you what they think. Hey, it's great. You're out there playing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff. And that word enable
it's a good
is
word.
Interesting. I think write that down, Jesse. That's something down the road we should hit on.
All right, we need to get to the 11 o'clock hour because we have a bunch of calls we want to get to still, and we still have to play trivia. So that will start in 2 minutes.
And a webinar.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. Speculation continues on the future for Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers. No word yet, but the latest from ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter this morning on Get Up on ESPN.
I think there are two things we're watching right now. The first would be Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers. They have been talking about an extension really for a couple of weeks now. It goes back. These talks didn't just get started. And they're going to continue. And there's been a disagreement on the length of that deal, what it would look like, and the money on that deal and what it would look like. And you'd like to think that the two sides, who are both motivated to make it happen, can figure out a compromise and allow him to stay in Green Bay. But they haven't done it yet. So we're waiting to see if they can do that. I would think that they can, but they haven't yet.
Adam Schefter this morning on Get Up. Plenty more commentary coming up next. Wilde and Tausch, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Bucks Spurs, 7 o'clock tonight in San Antonio.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, in which Jesse, what'd you call Jeff Hafley in the break when we were talking?
He seems a little thirsty.
Because he's taking all these interviews.
Yeah.
There's only 32 of them jobs.
I mean, that's so dumb. He's thirsty because he wants to be a
Appreciate your support
coach.
on that. That's what I said.
The hell are you talking?
Go on.
What the hell are you talking about?
You got. I mean,
thirsty as if he drives over to Chicago and knocks on the door and says, "Hey, man, I'm looking to be your head football coach." No, we just hired our guy that kicked the living keister out of you in the fourth quarter.
I know, 25 points. All right, let's get to more calls. Let's go up to the. We went from the deep south of Mississippi.
I don't even like Jesse bringing up the word thirsty.
I don't either. It was uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. Worse than spittle, that's for sure.
When you're single, you don't go on every date imaginable. You got to pick your spots a little bit.
These are head coaching
single.
jobs in the NFL. This
What the hell are you talking about?
Might be your future significant other on a dating pool. You can't just say yes
All
to
right,
everything.
we don't have time. We don't have time for this
That
nonsense.
is, Jesse, I'm not going to lie to you. That is your dumbest take of the week. Like, datwa. Dumb old take week. I don't know how else to put that.
Well, that's your dumbest acronym of the week.
Maybe. I'll give you that.
Go
dumb
up
on
to the
dumb.
UP.
That's some dumb on dumb crime right
Let's go up to the UP and talk to Don. Don in the UP. Good morning, Don. How you doing?
Hey, Wilde and Tausch.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm gonna lighten it up a little. The biggest concern with LaFleur for me is that he doesn't look tired enough at the podium, and he still looks a little too put together to be what would be called a successful head coach.
Less time getting your eyebrows waxed than people will like you.
Sleeps too much.
Exception of McVay, with the exception of McVay, he's a good-looking dude. Look at the last 10 years of your Super Bowl coaches. And they look awful. I mean, Sirianni looks like a surviving member of Harry and Marv, the Wet Bandits from Home Alone. And then I don't, unless you want me to, you want to comment on appearance of Andy Reid, or Belichick or Bruce Arians. I can do that, but I don't think we need. I think your point taken, right?
Very, very,
Yeah.
very
No, we got you.
frustrating.
Yeah. We got you. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that the pretty boy look is nothing new for LaFleur. So I had him as a coach early in his career at Northern Michigan. This would have been like 2005 or 2006. And even like at 5 a.m. spring ball, the dude be looking fresh, like he's going to the club. That's just how he rolls.
This is great.
And so like with that, if I'm policy and we extend Matt, and I think he should. I mean, at the end of the day, but in that contract, I'm explicitly writing it out. Matty, you ain't using the expense account for the cut and fade or the grooming, the eyebrow threading. That's off the table. And
put on 100 pounds. You want to get him a little chubbier.
That's right. Put on. And I'm not saying go for the pure homeless like Rob Ryan look, but like maybe like a Tom Cruise, Jack Reacher look. You know, a little more rugged.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know, like you
leather
showered,
jacket
but you're
LaFleur. Yeah.
That's right. Leather jacket LaFleur. I like that. Yeah, LJL. But Jason, I do have something for you.
Oh boy,
I definitely don't
boy.
look like
No,
LaFleur.
this
That's good.
And we say about Matt's appearance, you know what we do, right? But he's not the pure pretty boy that most folks think he is. And amongst the Packer media, Jason, if I remember, you've kind of got the reputation of asking questions that cause Matt to immediately go for a drink of water. Right?
Because then he knows they're going to be long. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a delay tactic or a slight at you or what have you, but really, like, that dude ain't taking a drink of water. Like, that's an unreasonably fast sip. And I guarantee you he's gotten Grizzly Wintergreen or skull pouches or whatever. And you look at that left side of his cheek. Well, I guess it'd be, his left side. That's where he's storing it. He's got dipped in all the time. So that's really a sign of respect for you. You don't go answering questions with a mouthful of chew spit, right? I mean, you gotta dump it somewhere, right? I don't think I'm a spitter up there, so hey, congrats to you. That he knows he's gonna have to be talking for a bit on. So,
well, I'm glad that I have been able to. If that's the case, again, I am happy that my questions and thanks for the call and the insight that you played for him. That's interesting. We'll keep that filed away, Don. Look, he is a handsome fella. Everyone agrees. I do believe that is one of the reasons why there are some Packers fans who think he sucks. I do. I just think his appearance.
They think he's soft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's a major piece of what factors into their view of him. Let's get to another call, and then we'll get to a break. Let's go to
Should he get a little heavier and start spitting? There's something to be said about, like, Dan Campbell's up there. I could see him getting a spittoon just. Well, Wildy, you know what?
I think you have to be who you are, and if that's who he is, then that's who he is. At the same time, would it be that rough if he started showing up a little more disheveled? No. I think that would endear him to some in the fan base, but again, he's not worried about that. Let's get to another call. Let's go to Jeff in Wauwatosa. Jeff, thanks for holding on so long. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, Jason. Thank you. Guys, I keep thinking, what was the knock against Marty Schottenheimer?
Only one in the regular season.
How do you... Pardon me?
Only one in the regular season. Couldn't win the big games. Yep.
Right. And how does that not fit Matt LaFleur right now? Yeah, I go back to those games at... Yeah. So, people say you shouldn't make a coaching change unless there's somebody else better out there. Well, not if you don't think LaFleur can win the big one.
So, Jeff, can I push back on? Can I push back on you for a second?
Sure.
You know what? Sure. You know who they were saying that about in Philly? Andy Reid, right?
Yeah.
He got to one Super Bowl. He played in a bunch of NFC Championship games. Didn't win any of them. Like I guess all I would say is it is hard to win the big ones, to get to where you want to go, and he never won the big one there, and now he's won a bunch of big ones in Kansas City. Do you think he's a vastly different coach, or like it just feels like there's variables that put you in the position? I would agree that there are times where Matt LaFleur in big moments looks clenchy, puckery. I think that's a fair critique, and he's got to be better. I just don't know if I'm willing to go so far as to say this guy's incapable of winning the big one, because there are guys that look like they are. That's what they said about Peyton Manning for a while too, right? Until they didn't. So I think you make a very fair point. I would just say you don't win the big games until you do. And maybe he never does, and you're proven right. I just am on the other side of the fence potentially.
Well, what's your threshold? How long do you go when you have made these big splash moves of paying a quarterback $56 million and giving up picks and paying $48 million for a potential decoy and a dominant player? Where's your threshold that you're all right with it?
Yeah, I think I probably say he's got 2 more years, because we said when they
So
acquired,
if you offer him a 2-year extension and he says no, you're going to live with that? Or do you say, I got to just bite the bullet and give him the 4 or 5 year deal?
Yeah, that's a fair question. I think you should extend him by 2 years. I don't know what they're offering him, but the 2-year extension, and I'm sorry to hijack your call, Jeff. We appreciate it. We got to keep moving. That gives them 26, 27, 28. But basically it says, okay, you're going to be the coach this coming year and next year, and then we're going to move on if you haven't done it. I'm okay with that. I am not some sort of loyalist to him that thinks he should just have a blank check for coach until you win the big one. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that I think he's still the right guy, and if I'm proven wrong 2 years from now, you'll hear me on board. But again, I think you acquired Micah Parsons, and I've used this comp before. This is not CC Sabathia. This was for a 3-year window, basically, when your quarterback should be in the prime of his career, and you got one of the greatest defensive players in the league. You got Tucker Kraft ascending. You got wide receivers where you finally have kind of had it shake out on who you like. By the way, again, another reason why this conversation sucks is because we haven't talked at all about what Romeo Doubs did in that game. And I find myself wondering now if we've estimated him correctly, if he's capable of that with more opportunities or not. Because he had a lot of opportunities early in the season. He didn't do what he did in a really big game. But we're not talking about that because of the Matt LaFleur thing. My point is that I'm not ready to give up yet, but I'm not saying that I'll never give up on him. I'm not ride or die with the guy. But as of now, I still think he gives you the best chance to win. And I think your window... You lost a year, and I still wish that Micah Parsons stays healthy because I really wonder what would have happened. But the next 2 years, to me, those are your years with your coach, your star defensive player, and your quarterback. And if it doesn't happen, I got no problem with changing. None.
I almost feel like once you made that move, both Goody and LaFleur should have been extended too.
Yeah,
I look at that almost like I look at getting a quarterback.
Yep.
You're going to make this big, bold move and do it. Great. We all love it. Let's extend him 3 years and say, this is your 3-year window. Let's go. Because now you're dealing with this. And then, if you give Goody a 5-year and you give LaFleur a 3, what does that tell him, Matt LaFleur?
Yeah, you're right again.
You made it more complicated. And by the way, Ed Policy has every right to do it, but he's a big boy. He knows how people react to things. And we'll see how it shakes out.
You could give them each 4-year extensions, and then they could get their Pella windows and not have to pay any interest.
That's exactly what the New Year's resolution should be. The sky is the limit. Pella 0 interest for 4 years. Finance offer. No payments, no interest for 4 years. I do think this is a 4-year window with Micah and the boys and everybody else trying to get this thing done. See if we can win a championship. For sure, we should at least win a division title. I think we can all agree on that in this 4 years. You get a college degree. You can do all kinds of great things, but the main one, get that 0 interest for 4 years finance offer. Start your journey towards meeting your personal goals and enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features custom made for your home. The deal ends January 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
2 more calls, trivia, and a webinar. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. Right now, you can get Pella windows at a discount with Siding Unlimited. Yes, end-of-the-year pricing is a discount right before the 2026 price increases, saving you big money on your project right now. Buy now, install in spring, and lock in. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
It's all about the green and gold and nonsense on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What is the main ingredient to pesto?
Dude, man.
Wow, this is bad.
Pass.
What country is home to the city of Vienna?
Seriously?
Jeez.
Switzerland?
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
What was that?
It was just me or, I got such a bargain. Poorly constructed sofa falling apart.
I just bought you.
Yeah, well, I did just turn 3, I'm 67 in sofa years. I am so ready to retire and move to Miami.
I knew I should have listened to my mother and bought that other sofa from Steinhoffel's. It was so strong and comfy.
Tired of furniture that doesn't hold up to its end of the bargain? Steinhoffel's has quality furniture for every style and budget. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oak Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Let's get to 2 more calls as we get ready for the big webinar.
Yeah, baby.
With old T.
Inside of 30 minutes to go.
And Dr. Richard Kimball. No. Dr. Brian
Jakobsen or Jacobson, depending if his J is silent or not. You never know with the silent J.
Sounds like another question you'll be able to ask him. All right, let's get to 2 more calls first before Dr. J, or Yay, and Dr. T does have a master's. I knew that. Let's go to Zach in Sheboygan first. Zach, good morning. Thanks for holding on so long. I hope it's worth it. What do you got?
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for taking my call.
Love the energy.
I guess my feeling in regards to LaFleur is, meh. It's not resigned, because that would be like a defeatist. We just have to accept it. But it kind of goes with how the season's been. It was a mess season, which obviously isn't good enough for us as Packer fans and Packer Nation. But my main point is, for me anyway, I'm looking at the elephant in the room, or at least my humble opinion, elephant in the room, which is Goody and his failed experiment of only having young people. I believe, was it Adam from what's just north of South Dakota? Oh, darn it, I was hoping to do a great space thing. Brought up about
By the way,
fourth quarter.
wait a minute. Just stop for a second, Zach, because the idea of you setting up hotkeys is awesome. I love it much.
I love the fact he actually thought Jesse would be onto that. That's the part
that's a rookie mistake there.
It was a reach, in fairness. It was a big, it's like Fargo, North Dakota. We have no reason to play the South Dakota button.
Yeah, trying to get you there, Jesse. I was trying to get you there. But going further, and I was going to say I love you guys at the beginning, but I forgot to do that because I was trying to get as many hockeys as possible because I'm a little nervous here. But anyway,
and you get Whoa Nelly
moving forward.
That wasn't very nice.
We can maybe hope so, because I'm going to touch on Tausch's hot button here, because I know he's a Gouda fan. But is the failed experiment? And after the game, in the Chicago playoff game, I'm sitting there, I'm stewing in my own juices, raging like everybody else was, and I'm thinking, I can't help but think of this adage, and I'm going to say it the most PC possible way, or it should be PC. So don't worry if you're going to get worried. But it reminds me, I'm an old farmer. Tausch, you're an old farmer, of the 2 bulls on top of the hill. You have the young bull and you got the old bull. And the young bull and the bunch of cows down in the field. The young bull gets all excited, worked up, runs down there, and does what God intended with 2 or 3 of them and gets tired. The old bull saunters down, does what God intended with all of them, and gets the job done. So that's kind of how I feel with our not having veteran leadership in the Packers. We're not getting there because we don't have those veterans there to say, hey, settle down, guys. I know you're doing great, but we're going to waste all our energy, which we've seen over and over and over again this season. So although Matt LaFleur can work on his in-game play-calling adjustments, which I think he definitely needs to do, I think the bigger overarching problem is not having that veteran leadership for the past how many years with all these young guys. Thanks, you guys. I love you. You're awesome. Thanks for taking my call.
I love you guys.
Zach, I've never had anyone agree with my position, but do it in a way that he delivers an analogy that I am not familiar with. That was an awesome call from start to finish. Are you familiar with that farming old bull, young bull, top of the hill story?
The old bull, young bull. I think his point is very interesting.
I do too.
The idea of, youthful enthusiasm and chasing everything. Yeah, I get it. I love the call. I don't know if I necessarily know that exact analogy, but A, I love the fact he put it out there, and B, the visual of that. While some maybe don't love it, I think it's an intriguing, and especially you're all up on this. Youth and inexperience versus the experience. So I think you should probably put that in your next article. With
take one
graphics.
more call.
Put some graphics with it.
Young bull, old bull. Do what God's intended. All right, let's take our last call, which is a first-time caller.
I think the old bull would just hang out at the top of the hill and let the cows come up to him.
He's not chasing tail. The tail's chasing him.
No. The old bull just sits up there and just does his business.
All right, you got. Hey,
unlike Halfley interviewing for jobs.
Stud fees.
Nice.
Get paid them stud fees.
If I may, we've got.
Where's Jeff Halfley in that, Jesse? Is he running after? What is he doing?
He's romping down the hill, and he's hopping on a flight to Pittsburgh.
Romping
and Atlanta.
down the hill.
Yeah.
All right, we got a webinar to get to and still trivia. So let's take our last call. Let's talk to Jeff in Janesville. A new Jeff, not to be confused with the earlier Jeff. Bookended with Jeff's in Janesville. Jeff, good morning. Thanks for waiting
morning,
for so
Mark
long.
and Jason. Glad to meet you. And Mark, great for being an offensive line player for the Packers over the years.
You got it, Jeff.
And,
you got it.
And first time caller. And I lived outside on the far outside Janesville, between Janesville and Indianapolis. Anyway, the Packers. If they didn't have these injuries this year, they would have went pretty far this year, I think. Maybe all the way to the Super Bowl. But
with you, Jeff.
if the injuries back in 2010-11, when we won the Super Bowl, we had 15 players injured. And the second string, third string, they stood up. If our second string, third string players would have stood up, I mean, this year, I think we could have been went a little bit further. And maybe, but then to make the Packers better, I think, is to beef up the offensive line. Because the offensive line, you go by to other teams, they got an offensive line. It opens up the running game. It opens up the passing game. I mean, that'll help out 100%. And the coach, I gave him a 2 to 3 year extension to prove himself.
I'm with Jeff.
Jeff, before we let you go, you're an old farmer, and I don't know if you were just listening. Have you heard of the young bull and the old bull sitting up on the top of the hill, and the young bull chasing after all the tail, a.k.a. cows, and then the old bull? Have you ever heard of that analogy on the farm?
No, my grandpa.
Okay.
Years ago.
All right.
But, yeah, I just, got a little nervous on radio, but.
Your day, nothing.
All good.
First of all, Jeff, thanks for the call. Secondly, no need to be nervous. We're just a couple of knuckleheads who happen to do a radio show. You're always welcome. Don't be nervous next time. We're all good. You got that out of the way. We're good. Now, to his point, he's right about the offensive line. It's going to be in complete flux. We discussed that yesterday. He's right about that. Yep. Secondly, this the other issues that this team faces. Again, I don't know how to explain this more than I have, but you were the first one to say it. That it's not the same as 2010. The players they lost this time around are different than the players they lost that time around. But I think his point about depth is not unfair. And you did have guys that were ready to step in for Nick Barnett and other guys that missed time. They certainly did not have sufficient depth at tight end to lose Tucker Kraft. Luke Musgrave had some brief moments, but it's not like he did to Tucker Kraft what Tucker Kraft did to him, which was when Luke Musgrave missed time, Tucker Kraft took off.
That play where they got one-on-one coverage to Musgrave in the end zone. No offense to Musgrave. I've said for years, really good athlete. Spatial awareness just has not come.
Nope.
You come back to that football, you get a PI, or you make the catch. If that's Tucker Kraft, A, I don't think they single cover it, and B, he's making that catch almost every time. So, and those are just that's just one example. It is what it is.
All right, Jesse, we need to play trivia. My buddy Will is texting me on the bull story that apparently is from a movie. And Robert Duvall tells the story. I'm going to have to do some more research, but thanks to Will for sending that in. Jesse, what category is it, and what caller do you want?
Well, since we spent a lot of today's show talking about Justice Mosqueda's
Farmers?
article about the assistant coaches that we teased yesterday.
I don't remember us talking about that.
That's weird.
Me either.
Today's very topical trivia category, which Packers assistant coach am I? Which would have played really well had we talked about the assistant coaches today. But here we are.
Caller?
Yeah.
Jesse, what caller do you want?
13.
Caller 13 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We'll play trivia after I tell you about Associated Bank and their incredible customer service. I tell you about it all the time because it's true. They've got the awards to back up the claims. And whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection, or whether it's Packers, Badgers, and Brewers checking, they have got you covered. They're the place to be. Paula and I could not be happier that we made the switch a decade ago, and you should too. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more because, as you well know, it's not branches that make a bank local. It's roots. And Associated Bank's roots run deep in Wisconsin. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's urgent care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Time now, presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs for trivia.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs $10 deal meal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is only available online or through the Cousins app. And Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Oh, and on top of everything, we've had a great show today. Not because of us, but because of you. I mean, we've been pretty good, too. Tausch especially. Jesse,
I'm a little
thirsty.
tired.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, I'm right about that.
But on top of everything else, we've got a first-time contestant. Let's welcome him in. It is Mike and Racine. Mike, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, well, let's see if you're doing great after trivia. The category, very timely indeed, which Packers offensive or assistant coach am I? Because we talked so much about assistant coaches today. Question number 1, Mike, is this. I am Oregon State's all-time leader in passing yards, passing touchdowns, completions, and completion percentage. Which Packers assistant coach am I? Am I Sean Mannion, Luke Getsy, or Benny the Beaver?
I'd say Luke Getsy.
That was tough.
That's a tough one out of the chute. You should have said, like, Ben Sermon.
I didn't know that.
It's all right, Mike.
That was a hard one.
Yeah, that was a little
unfairly hard. I actually thought about audibling there and changing it to Jeff Halfley, and I didn't.
You know where Getsy played college football?
Akron?
Yeah. Zips.
Question 2, Mike. Let's bounce back from Jesse making that one too hard.
They don't get easier.
Fourth quarter zips, am I right?
Nice.
It's not bad. That's what you should wear today. Question 2, ironically enough, I am in my 3rd stint as an assistant coach with the Green Bay Packers, with other stops in my career, including roles with the Las Vegas Raiders and Mississippi State University. Which Packers assistant coach am I? Am I Luke Butkus, Luke Getsy, or Luke Grosso?
I'm going to try Luke Getsy again.
As well you should. Well done. Now you're off the schneid. Question 3, Mike, is this. I played college football as a defensive back at Yankton College in Yankton, South Dakota. What kind of a town name is Yankton?
It's
Before
it's a thirsty
starting,
town.
they're proud of their town. Before starting my coaching career as an assistant at Wayne State University in Nebraska. Which Packers assistant coach am I? Am I Ben Sermons, Rich Bisaccia, or Eddie Gordon?
Wow, it's a tough subject here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I'll try Rich Bisaccia.
There we go. We got it for you. A little late, but we got it there. All right, Mike, congratulations. And congrats to Zach and Sheboygan, who got his South Dakota song. You got the rare first one wrong, last 2 right. You got 3 entries out of the possible 4 into tomorrow's drawing. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thanks. Hey, and by the way, I didn't know the bowl in the hill thing. I've never heard that.
So the
either.
movie, thanks. I appreciate that, Mike. The movie is Colors, which has got nothing to do with farming. That is a gritty film, I believe, about the streets of South Central Los Angeles in 1988. Tausch will work on more on the two bulls. The projection for the number of bulls that will be discussed on tomorrow's show is 1.5,
3,
according to Prize Picks.
Take the more. Also, if you had me busting my first squishy ball before January 15th on your thing, as the show was going yesterday, right at the end of it, I was squishing it, and it blew up, so I got it all over the frickin' desk and everything else. That's it, but
grip strength.
Prize Picks. Yeah, good, strong grip
He'd
strength.
be good in
I just put my Yanktown. I just went. I went in again. It's simple to go in and play. You got all kinds of action going on. The big football matchups, all the stuff. But with Giannis getting booed and Giannis playing tonight, I just believe he's going to go more than 28.5. And they have a lightning bolt next to Steph Curry. He only needs to score 21.5. I went more on both, and I'm taking it in. That's what I'm doing tonight. You guys feel the same? Go ahead, jump in there. You want to get early payouts, they have that option. They also can stack. Prize Picks gives you that. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use that code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Again, that's code WI to get $50 in lineups after that first $5 lineup. Again, for me tonight, Giannis, more, 28.5. Steph Curry, more, 21.5. That's what I'm going with. And, boy, Prize Picks, I hope I'm...
What?
I hope I'm...
To be right.
There we go. Is that hard?
The phraseology. It'll be better for Tausch when he does his webinar that is not being held in Yankton, that is being held in a virtual realm. Be sure to sign up again. Events.annexwealth.com. You still got a couple minutes to get in before Tausch starts. Tausch is going to head over there.
Have fun.
We're gonna finish up the show
See you,
here.
boys.
Change your shirt. Take care. Be good.
We're on the Packers.
We were in the postseason what we were all throughout the regular season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
A good team that couldn't put 4 quarters together.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Wisconsin football with an active transfer portal period. Even in a new era of recruiting and roster rebuilds, Barry Alvarez pinpoints the scouting practice should stay intact.
If you can strengthen your team, you've made some mistakes, you have a quick fix if you get the right guys. The key to this is your evaluation process. Are you getting the right guys? Are you going to be able to blend them and mix them into a team?
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford-certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Sustainable luxury starts with what you already own.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we purchase unwanted gold jewelry and responsibly recycle it through exceptional refining, giving new life to old pieces without the need for new mining.
Broken, outdated, or unworn, your gold still has value and purpose.
Choose a more conscious way to recycle your precious metals and get rewarded for it.
Visit us to learn more.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
The Don has spoken.
You've got a combination quarterback. You don't have to hang your hat on just throwing or just running the ball. That could add so much to our offense. I'm excited.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
We are so late that the webinar is underway with Annex Wealth Management. Sorry to Rich Eisen. Sorry to you for keeping you late. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch? Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin?